Hi everyone. In today's session, we are going to discuss about in vitro in vivo correlation. In short form, it is also called as IVIVC. We have to know the terms like what is meant by in vitro. In vitro means within the glass. It is a Latin term. It is called as within the glass. Means it happens outside the living organism. Outside the living organisms, nothing but in laboratory conditions. In vivo, it is also a Latin term. It occurs within the living organism. Within the living means that performs in a whole living organism such as animals or human beings. This IVIVC, it is a predictive mathematical model that describes a relationship between in vitro property of a dosage form, primarily of drug dissolution rate and drug release, and in vivo response and relevant in vivo response. That in vivo response primarily of drugs plasma concentration and amount of drug absorbed. IVIVC is a predictive mathematical model that describes the relationship between in vitro property of a dosage form such as primarily drug dissolution and drug release, and in vivo response, that in vivo response are drugs plasma concentration, amount of drug absorbed. A simple in vitro dissolution test of a drug product will be insufficient to predict the therapeutic efficacy. This simple dissolution product is insufficient to predict the therapeutic efficacy. For that reason, we establish a correlation between in vitro property of a dosage form, that is dissolution, and in vivo property is bioavailability. We have the correlation between in vitro dissolution test versus in vivo bioavailability. Simply short form BA. To produce a repetitive biological responses, there are two major objectives. Between this in vitro dissolution and in vivo bioavailability. For that, first one is to ensure batch to batch consistency. To ensure batch to batch consistency in physiological performance of a drug product, and second one in development of a new dosage form. With desired in vivo performance. And there is also two approaches this for the correlation between in vitro dissolution and in vivo bioavailability. For this, first one is to establish a relationship. Usually a linear relationship must be established between in vitro dissolution and in vivo bioavailability. This method is widely used. And next, second one is by using a data from previous bioavailability studies. By using previous bioavailability studies to modify the dissolution methodology, dissolution methodology to arrive a meaningful IV-IVC. To achieve a meaningful IV-IVC. And this method is not widely used because no single dissolution rate test methodology can be applied to all drugs. No single dissolution rate methodology cannot be applied to all drugs. For that reason, that method is not widely used. Let us see the linear IV-IVCs. Means in vitro property of a dissolution rate must be linear with that of in vivo bioavailability. What are those linear relationships? You have to see. First relation is correlation based on plasma level data. Correlation based on plasma level data. Here the linear relationship between dissolution parameters such as percentage drug dissolved, rate of dissolution and rate constant for dissolution. Okay, these are the dissolution parameters that must be correlated with the plasma level data. Those plasma level data are percentage drug absorbed, rate of absorption, Cmax, concentration maximum, time maximum Tmax, Ka, rate constant. Those must be get a linear relationship with the dissolution parameters that is of plasma level data. For example, percentage drug dissolved versus percentage drug absorbed plots. These plots, we have to plot those test results, percentage drug dissolved versus percentage drugs absorbed. We have to plot a graph and we can obtain a linear relationship. Then that correlation is a good correlation and an acceptable correlation. Okay, next correlation based on urinary excretion data. Means these dissolution parameters must be correlated with that of amount of drug excreted, unchanged in urine, and cumulative amount of drug excreted as a function of time. Those must be, we obtain a linear relationship between the dissolution parameters and amount of drug excreted, unchanged in urine, and cumulative amount of drug excreted as a function of time. We can obtain a linear relationship, then that correlation is a good correlation. And next one is correlation based on pharmacological response. Means acute pharmacological effect such as LD50, lethal dose 50 in animals must be correlated with that of any of the dissolution parameters. The acute pharmacological response LD50 must be correlated with that of any of the dissolution parameters. We obtain the linear relationship, then that correlation is a good correlation. Next. statistical moment theory. In this statistical moment theory, to determine the relationship between mean dissolution time, this mean dissolution time is an in vitro versus mean residence time, that is a in vivo. Both the relationship must be a linear plot will be obtained, then that correlation is a good correlation. Thank you everyone. Please like, subscribe my channel.